Hey everyone, today's birthday cake was designed for a talented barber named Kaulana. Whenever I make letter or number cakes, I create my own stencil using laminated cardstock paper. If you want to do a double-decker cake like I am, you'll need to bake 2 cakes. So here I have my 2 cut-out Ks. I'm going to cover the first layer with my vanilla whipped cream, and then I will stack the second layer on top of that with the vanilla Cool Whip as well. And while I do that, I just want to have a little vent sesh. I took about 20 minutes drawing out this letter K. I don't know what it is, but it was a tricky one. So if you're not good at freehanding letters or numbers, you can print it off on the computer, or they even sell letter and number pans. And a tip that really helps is dividing your cakes into sections. So as you can see, I cut the K in half so that it was easier for me to transfer on my own. The nice thing about these cakes is you can puzzle it together and no one would ever know because you're going to cover it up. For this portion of the video, I'm going to be showing you the different toppings that I collected to put on this cake. One of my favorite toppings are chocolate covered strawberries. To highlight the barber theme, I wanted to create hair clippers. I bought these Twinkies because it mimicked the shape very closely. I'm honestly not a fan of Twinkies, but this fits so perfectly with what I was trying to do. To create the shape, I trimmed off one end diagonally. See? How easy was that? It already has the perfect shape. Now all I need to do is cover it up with some fondant. This is another thing I don't typically care for taste-wise, but it is great for cake decorating to give you the details that are just so realistic. So I don't use it much, but I bought this little pack of black fondant just for this purpose. And when you work with fondant, you want to make sure you are working with a clean, flat surface and sprinkled with powdered sugar to prevent it from sticking. And then as a glue, I'm frosting the Twinkie with some vanilla frosting, and then I'm gonna just lay over the fondant like a blanket. The best way to cover your cake is by gently stretching the fondant outwards while molding it to the shape of the cake with your hands, or in my case, a Twinkie. Once it's fitted, I used an X-Acto knife to remove the excess. If you've made it this far in the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider joining the free subscription if you haven't already. Your support is appreciated and it really helps out my channel. Okay, now to add the details on the hair clippers, I made the clipper blades out of fondant and silver luster dust, and then I allowed it to air dry to harden. If you look closely to the hair clippers, you'll see that there are 2 blades sandwiched together, which is why I made 2 of them. To attach them, I brushed on a little bit of water. Next, I wanted to add more silver luster dust to the clippers to give it more of a realistic look. It would have been so awesome if I had the metallic mirror effect luster dust, but this is all I had on hand. I ended up adding a little more details to the clipper, like the power switch and the cord. Here I have the chocolate covered strawberries, and this is Kaulana, the birthday guy himself. He's a super talented barber in Honolulu, so go check him out at Vintage Barbershop Hawaii. I'll leave all his information in the description box below. The next item I made was the barber pole, which is just colored and laminated paper that I wrapped around a lollipop. The silver bulb is actually a Lindor chocolate wrapped in foil. I didn't end up using it because it looked pretty tacky to me. This next item was my favorite. I added this mini comb. It's so cute. It's like a Barbie sized comb. It was part of a mini men's grooming kit, which also came with shears. I wrapped the blades with saran wrap so I could stick it in the cake, and of course I washed everything as well. The last thing I added was some gold chocolate coins for good financial fortune. If you'd like to see more cake decorating, check out my last video where I made Las Vegas and superhero themed cakes. I'll leave that link in the description box as well. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys on Aloha Friday.